Well, good afternoon. I'm James Marlow with Radiance Solar. Solar energy is working all over the world. And I usually pause a moment and say it again. Solar energy is working all over the world, and we've got a great opportunity to more fully utilize it here in Georgia and the Southeast. Let me tell you just a little bit about my company. What we do is we help our customers to save money and reduce environmental impact. We're based just off the Georgia Tech campus, and as of last week, we've finished 42 solar projects over the past 2.5 years. We've been working with companies and institutions like Georgia Tech, the state of Georgia, Cox, IBG. We've been doing multiple projects for many of these customers. We've done net zero energy projects. We've done model homes like at Serenby. We've worked on Buckhead Estates. We've done affordable housing. So we have a portfolio that's a real mix, and I'm going to show you some photos of these systems and show you solar working in Georgia. One of the most important things I think I could tell you as a CEO of Radiance and also a member of the Board of Directors of the Georgia Solar Energy Association and a board member of the Technology Association of Georgia Smart Grid Society is that Georgia has all the ingredients to be a national and regional leader in solar. And we've got the brains, we've got the logistics, we've got the workforce, and very importantly, we've got Georgia Tech, we've got the Technical College Network, we've got Hartsfield-Jackson, we've got the Port Authority, which is a tremendous asset, we've got 75, 85, 95, we've got a great climate for doing business, and you know, the businesses that can really profit from this are certainly our schools, our ag community, warehouses, homes, really anybody with a roof or a parking lot. Now, I also have to tell you a little bit something that as a seventh generation Georgia kind of gets my dander up a little bit when our fellow states like North Carolina do things better than we do. And right now, North Carolina is a top 10 solar state in the nation. Georgia is a top 10 solar state in solar resources, but we are not a top 10 state in installations. They've got more favorable policies, and they've documented the creation of over 12,000 jobs, which to me is really significant because that's more than most of our other sectors here in Georgia combined. So if we look at renewable energy and energy efficiency jobs in North Carolina, what's significant in that to me, it's in hundreds of companies and it's in every county in North Carolina. So it's not just concentrated in one or two businesses or one or two counties. They did a survey in North Carolina that they just published last week that 90% of the people surveyed said they were very favorable and wanted more solar in North Carolina. So people are beginning to understand that we do have a great solar resource and that they want to bring it here. Now, just to give you a quick snapshot of what's going on in Georgia today, we are creating literally thousands of jobs in the smart grid, or what I like to really call clean tech, and then solar jobs. So Soneva, which is a Georgia Tech spin-out, has 180 jobs here in Georgia. Mage Solar, which is a German company that located a manufacturing plant down in Dublin, Georgia, has over 300 jobs. We've got inverter components being made in Conyers. We've got racking components that you mount solar on down in Franklin, Georgia. We've got mounting systems in Winder, Georgia. We've got windmill turbine components in Gainesville. Mia Soleil has made an announcement that they're going to bring 1,000 jobs to Griffin, Georgia. And we've got a number of other manufacturers that are talking with the Georgia Chamber, the Metro Chamber, and other organizations about that. Now, Tennessee, they've done really well, too. They've got Sharp Solar in Memphis. They've got Wacker Solar. They've got a bunch of stuff going on around electric vehicles. Mississippi has actually recruited a couple of plants that I feel like should have been here in Georgia. We've got a better climate. We've got a better place for them, but yet somehow Mississippi was able to go out and get those plants. Now, one thing I always like to do is I always like to show this map because we do have great sun here in Georgia, and if any of you were outside yesterday, you probably have a pretty good idea of that. It's pretty warm out yesterday. But we have on average 5.1 solar sun hours. That's how we have this great crop of pine trees. And that's why solar works really anywhere you can grow crops. I mean, Canada is coming on strong now as a major solar user resource. Germany is the world leader in solar. They have over 500,000 installations in Germany, and they have exactly half the sun we have here in Atlanta. They have on average 2.5 solar sun hours a day. So we've got a great resource, and we need to put it to work. Really, the beauty of solar is that once you pay for the hardware, you don't have any fuel cost. So you begin to quickly see where the return on investment comes after a long term. Now, there are a number of incentives. I won't go into a lot of detail on this, but we've got both federal and state incentives. Thanks to the governor, we started a program here in Georgia to get a $2.5 million a year incentive for people to do solar for homes and businesses, and we're hoping to grow that to $5 million this year, so we've got some good things going on there. And solar is approaching what we call grid parity, the cost of where it's not any more expensive as or less than the cost of traditional fossil fuels. The cost of most energy sources is going up, but the cost of solar is going down on almost a weekly basis. The cost of solar panels dropped about 30% last year alone. So there are a lot of benefits to solar, the economic benefits, the environmental benefits, the green marketing and morale, lead points, a lot of capabilities of taking that sun and turning it into electricity that can be used in the home or sold to Georgia Power or other utilities. Lots of components that could be manufactured here in Georgia. Like, for example, Soneva, they manufacture the cells. They put them on a plane at Hartsfield, and they send them to manufacturing all over the world. And then we bring some of them back here through the port in Savannah, and we put them on roofs like the new Georgia Tech facility, which I'll show you in a minute. Here's a project over at East Decatur Station. They wanted their solar to be very visible, so we used some visible mounting. Here's some examples of rooftop solar. This is some of the most efficient solar installed anywhere in the world, installed over in Decatur. Here's a thing that will be a very common thing that we'll see in the near term. We're going to see lots of car canopies and parking solutions. Ted Turner has one down at Lucky Street near Centennial Park, if you've been by there. This is the new Georgia Tech Student Center, the Clough Center. This is something our company recently installed, and we're in the process of finishing up. This is an 86 kilowatt Soneva technology, so technology invented there on Georgia Tech's campus, cells manufactured in Norcross, shipped through Hartsville, shipped through the port, and then reinstalled here on top of the roof with the Atlanta skyline in the background. This is the Atlanta Community Food Bank. This is a project that we just completed and dedicated a few weeks ago for them, a really terrific organization using solar to lower their monthly cost for energy and putting more of that back into their mission of feeding hungry people in Metro Atlanta. Now, this is a big solar installation. This is just a few hundred miles south of us in DeSoto, Florida. This is a 25 megawatt facility that Florida Power and Light has built. In Jacksonville, there's a 15 megawatt facility like this. In North Carolina, there are several 10 and 15 megawatt facilities. There's actually more solar installed in Jacksonville, Florida than there is in the state of Georgia. There's more solar installed in the city of Raleigh, North Carolina than there is in the state of Georgia. There's more solar installed in the city of Gainesville, Florida than the state of Georgia. There's more solar installed in Austin, Texas than the state of Georgia. Something's wrong with that picture, and we need to work on our policy so we can better monetize and take advantage of this technology. It's used residentially. This is a project we did over near Chastain Park. So we have both solar hot water up on the top roof, and then we have solar PV on this porch kick-out roof. Here we have municipals using it. We're working with Electric Cities of Georgia. So in Sylvester and Douglas and Marietta, LaGrange, we're using demonstration projects to show both solar hot water heating and solar electricity in use for municipal governments. Here we've got an ag example. So we're using solar on the winery at Persimmon Creek Vineyards. Here's an example of a barn using solar. So the ag community is really going to understand solar because nobody's more margin pressed than our ag community. So if we can take energy costs out of that equation, it presents a rich opportunity not only for the businesses, but a rich opportunity for our logistics industry and the people that want to move this technology through the state.